Imagine this. You are at the store, your cart is full of groceries, and you are nervous because you do not know if your card will go through when you reach the cashier. Or maybe you are waiting for payday just to cover the electricity bill. If this sounds familiar, then this video is exactly for you. Budgeting is not about limiting your life or cutting all the fun out. It is about taking control, knowing where your money goes, and building the future you dream about. Today, I will show you how to create a beginner budget that actually works, even if you have never done it before. Let us start with the basics. A budget is simply a plan for your money. Think of it as a roadmap that tells your dollars where to go, instead of wondering where they went. Many people think budgeting is complicated or stressful, but once you understand the steps, it becomes a simple and powerful tool. Here is a quick story to illustrate this. A young man named Adam worked full-time but always felt broke. He loved eating out, buying small gadgets, and paying for subscriptions he rarely used. By the end of each month, his account was nearly empty. One day, he decided to track his spending for just 1 week. To his surprise, he realized he had spent over $100 just on coffee and fast food. That awareness shocked him. So he built a budget, cut unnecessary expenses, and within 3 months, he saved enough to start an emergency fund. The lesson here is that the very first step of budgeting is awareness. You cannot change what you do not track. So the beginner blueprint starts with step 1. Know your numbers. Write down your income after taxes, then list your regular expenses like rent, utilities, transportation, and groceries. Do not estimate. Be honest with the numbers. A budget built on guesses will never hold up. Step 2 is to choose a method. Many beginners like the 50-30-20 rule because it is easy to follow. Here is how it works. 50% of your income goes to needs like rent, food, and bills. 30% goes to wants like dining out or entertainment, and 20% goes to savings or debt repayment. This rule gives balance. You are not cutting all fun out of your life, but you are still putting money aside for the future. Mini summary so far. A budget starts with awareness. Write down income and expenses, then choose a simple method like the 50-30-20 rule to guide you. Now let us move to step 3. Track and adjust. A budget is not something you write once and forget. Life changes, bills fluctuate, emergencies happen, and sometimes you just miscalculate. That is okay. The key is to check in regularly. Set aside 10 minutes once a week to review your spending. Ask yourself, am I staying on track? Where did I overspend? Can I cut something next week? By checking often, you catch problems early before they grow into financial headaches. For example, Sarah, a college student, budgeted $50 a week for groceries. After 2 weeks, she realized she was spending $60. Instead of quitting the budget, she adjusted. She found cheaper meal options, bought in bulk, and used coupons. Within a month, she was back on track. The takeaway: your budget is a living tool, not a prison. Adjusting is part of the process. Let us pause here with a quick reminder. If you are finding value in this video, do not forget to subscribe to Financial Freedom Path. Subscribing helps you stay motivated with weekly tips, and it also supports the channel so we can keep creating content that makes money simple for everyone. Alright, back to the script. Step 4 is to identify and fix common mistakes. Beginners often fall into the same traps, so let us look at the most common ones. Mistake number 1 is ignoring small expenses. That $5 coffee, the streaming subscription you forgot about, the ride share when you could have walked. These may look small but add up quickly. Mistake number 2 is being too strict. Some people cut all fun out of their budget, thinking they will save faster. But what happens is burnout. After a few weeks, they splurge and undo all progress. Your budget should be realistic and allow room for joy. Mistake number 3 is not preparing for emergencies. If you live paycheck to paycheck without any cushion, Even a small surprise expense like a car repair can throw you into debt. Always make building a small emergency fund a top priority. Mistake number 4 is failing to track progress. Writing the budget is step 1, but if you never check your numbers, you will drift off course. Imagine sailing a boat without steering. That is what happens when you do not track. Mistake number 5 is comparing yourself to others. Everyone has different incomes, expenses, and priorities. Focus on your own path, not what your friend or neighbor is doing. Mini summary here. Avoid the 5 common mistakes by tracking small expenses, keeping balance, building an emergency cushion, reviewing regularly, and staying focused on your own goals. Next, let us talk about tools. You do not need fancy software, but they can help. Some people use simple notebooks or Excel sheets. Others use free apps like Mint, or You Need a Budget. These apps connect to your accounts and automatically categorize spending. The right tool depends on your style. If you are tech-savvy, go digital. If you love writing, use paper. The method does not matter, only the consistency. Now imagine this. You have followed the steps. You wrote down your income and expenses, picked the 50-30-20 rule, tracked weekly, avoided mistakes, and used the right tools. What happens next? Slowly, you will see changes. You will know exactly where your money goes. You will feel less stress when paying bills, and you will start building savings. This is the transformation many people experience when they master budgeting. Here is a quick story to show the impact. Lisa was a single mom with 2 kids. She earned modest income and always felt she could never save. Once she built a budget, she realized she was spending almost $200 each month on takeout meals. By cooking more at home, she cut that in half. With the savings, she started an emergency fund. After 1 year, she had over $2,000 saved. That cushion gave her confidence, reduced stress, and even allowed her to take her kids on a small vacation. The budget gave her freedom, not limits. Mini summary. A budget creates clarity, reduces stress, and builds savings. It turns financial chaos into control. Let me share a few hacks that make budgeting easier. First, automate as much as you can. Set up automatic transfers to savings right after payday. This way, you pay yourself first and never forget. Second, use cash for tricky categories like dining out. Once the cash is gone, you stop spending. Third, celebrate small wins. If you stick to your budget for a month, reward yourself with something affordable. Positive reinforcement keeps you motivated. Another key tip is to align your budget with your goals. If your dream is to buy a house, then allocate more toward down payment savings. If you want to travel, then set up a travel fund. Budgets work best when they are tied to meaningful goals because they remind you why you are making sacrifices. Now let us quickly review the main lessons. Step 1. Know your numbers. Step 2. Use a simple rule like 50-30-20. Step 3. Track and adjust regularly. Step 4. Avoid the 5 common mistakes. Step 5. Use tools and hacks that fit your style. And Step 6. Tie your budget to personal goals. These steps form your beginner budgeting toolkit. So here is the truth. Budgeting is not about perfection, it is about progress. Every dollar you track, every expense you adjust, every step you take toward clarity moves you closer to financial freedom. If Adam, Sarah, and Lisa could turn their finances around with simple budgeting, so can you. If you enjoyed this video and want more practical money tips, make sure you subscribe to Financial Freedom Path. Your support helps this channel grow, and it ensures you never miss out on strategies that can change your financial life. In our next video, we will dive into the famous 50-30-20 rule and break it down step by step so you can apply it immediately. You will not want to miss it. Thank you for watching, and remember, your path to financial freedom starts with one simple budget.